I have just hit 5,000 subscribers here on Classy Whale. So to celebrate, I'm going to feature a real whale here on Classy Whale for the very first time. Specifically, the beluga whales on display at the Mystic Aquarium in Connecticut. To get there, I'm going to take the 71A or C, whichever comes first, to downtown Pittsburgh, Megabus overnight to New York, and an Amtrak Northeast Regional to Mystic. The way back is going to be a bit more interesting, but more about that later. This is not the most comfortable way to ride the bus. Alright, we are downtown, and since I have 45 minutes till my Megabus, I'm going to go wish the Monongahela Incline a happy 153rd birthday. It opened today, May 28th, in the year 1870. Happy birthday! Escalator's broken. And here's our chariot, ready to take us overnight to New York City. That's all the montage you're getting because I need to sleep. Pulling into the stop at State College. The only stop along the route we pick up/discharge passengers. Another quick stop at a Love Service Plaza, this time for restrooms and food. So I'm here with Bob, our driver, on tonight's Megabus run. Bob, what is your go-to food/drink for an overnight bus run?
Coffee. Black coffee.
Good choice.
And then a turkey sandwich out of Arby's.
Nice.
And that's it.
This was $3.50. This is better than it looks, though. Next stop, New York. Well, we made it to New York with plenty of time to spare to catch the Northeast Regional, which is good. The problem is I didn't sleep real well. I fell asleep with my neck in a weird position, and now it hurts, and my dreams were really weird because of that. But you know what? At least we're in the greatest city in the world. Shout out to the security guard who was like, "Hey, you have a camera?" And I'm like, "Okay, am I supposed to not be filming in here?" He's like, "Oh, did you see the painting on the ceiling?" I was like, "No." So, took a look. Turns out it's a stained glass about breakdancing, which is super cool. So I know people complain a lot about the lack of seating at Moynihan, but has anyone ever stopped to realize there's no trash cans in the main train hall? Like, this is the busiest train station in the continent. They should put trash cans. Also getting a jump on my return journey. Spoilers. I'm in the cafe car with a beverage I bought from the dollar store. Hashtag act like you belong. I'm never sure where to be. Ooh. Got it? Yeah, I do, thank you. So, wee bit of a problem. Turns out the local transit seat is not running today.
Caleb didn't do his research.
So I'm gonna have to take a walk. Wait a minute. Calcadon Area Transit Authority serves Mystic?
You need a ride?
Yeah, I brought that entire big black suitcase just for that gag. At least Calcadon's gonna steal it now, so I don't have to take it back.
Let's just say I'm an Ethiopian diaspora going home this summer.
We're off to see the whales. All right, here they are. Actual Classy Whales on Classy Whale. They're so cool. And now for Animal Facts with Calcadon.
I will be sharing some facts that we learned from visiting the beluga whales today. Beluga whales are indicator animals, which means that when the temperature of a place due to global warming changes, they actually stay away from the place because they like to live in certain temperatures. In the winter, the aquarium would just leave their water really cold. Our tour guide actually told us that they really, really, really love it when it's cold and they like to play and just have fun. So yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Their color is actually used for camouflage reasons because they live in the Arctic area. It helps them disguise themselves against predators like the orca whales. They like to have their little selection of foods: shrimps, squids, fish, shellfish. They just swallow their foods whole, so they take in some sand and they don't chew their food, brothers and sisters. I don't know why, but yeah, that's how they roll.
You've been watching Animal Facts with Calcadon. Sing Kissed by a Rose. Big brain joke. Homie has an itchy fin. He's been chewing on this for like 5 minutes.
We are here to talk to you about reasons why you shouldn't eat us. Number 1, I am tiny. And Caleb?
I'm diabetic and diabetics don't taste good.
Thank you for hearing our pitch.
Get it? Because it's a Shark Tank.
2 sharks are now willing to make an offer.
Kalki, look! We found your people! It's a sassy whale. Close but no cigar.
I could buy myself flowers.
I already bought you flowers. Goodbye, classy whales! So now I'm going to be taking Calcadon Area Transit Authority back to New London. From there, I'm going to be catching the ferry across Long Island Sound to Orient Point. I'll take an Uber from there to Greenport, and then I'll be taking 3 different Long Island Railroad trains to Grand Central Terminal. Finally, I'll take the 7 train to the Megabus station, take Megabus back to Pittsburgh, and catch one of the downtown buses just in time for class.
I don't know how he does it.
I do it because of you guys, so support my Patreon so I can keep making crazy videos like this. Also, Thank you to everybody who funded this video.
Life is a highway. I'll ride it.
So we've made it to New London. I'm about to get on the ferry over there, over to Orient, and I've gotten myself a Dells. I sense a disturbance in the force, as if a bunch of Rhode Islanders are being very angry in my comments section right now.
Thank you for sailing with Cross Sound Ferry aboard the Jennifer C. Enjoy the trip.
Soon may the weatherman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. It's telling me to walk through the Long Island Sound to get to my Uber. Maybe it thought I was a real classy whale. Well, we have successfully escaped New England. We are now back in the great state of New York. But I honestly have no idea what's on Long Island. The only parts I've ever been to are New York City and right here in Orient Point. Last time I took the ferry, I just turned right around and went back to New London. So Long Island is kind of a mystery to me. What is actually on it? I guess today we're gonna find out. And here we are in Greenport. Over here we've got the North Ferry for Shelter Island, which I believe is back there. And here's our train, which has all of 2 cars. We're gonna ride this down to Ronkonkoma. It's Ronkonkoma. This train is absolutely jam-packed. Apparently the second car is not open. This entire car is the only place where people can get on, and there's a lot of people on this train. Yo, is that an old turntable? So someone explained it to me on Discord. The trains here are very short because the platforms are very short, but they use bi-levels to make up for that. Overall, first impressions of this part of Long Island seems pretty peaceful, relatively flat, weirdly rural for something fairly close to the New York, New England Metroplex, but pretty chill. Nice place. Probably very expensive to live here. I would pay $1 million to live in a place called Yaphank, though. You can't quite see it, but we just passed the control tower for Long Island Islip MacArthur Airport, which is served, I believe, by Southwest Frontier and Breeze. Here in Ronkonkoma, our train ends and we transfer to an electric train that's right in front of it. That's because the electrification of the Long Island Railroad ends right here. They're also potentially considering bringing Amtrak out here, although many believe that service would be redundant. This train is insanely long. I'm just gonna speed run. This train overhangs the platform. As someone who grew up in the Philly area and got transit filled in Boston, New York Transit still kind of blows my mind sometimes. We're approaching Hicksville, which despite its name is actually the most built-up area I've seen so far here on the Ronkonkoma branch. This is also the hometown of Mr. Billy Joel. So here at Mineola, I'm getting off this train because it's heading to Penn Station. Up until very recently, that was the only terminus of the Long Island Railroad trains into Manhattan. But now they head into Grand Central. I still have not yet seen Grand Central Madison, so I'm going to take an opportunity to do that tonight. As we ride into the sunset towards Grand Central Madison, I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge the momentous occasion that is this channel reaching 5,000 subscribers. I know that's not a lot compared to some of the bigger channels out there, but still, 5,000 people is nothing to sneeze at. Thank you all so much, each and every one of you, for joining me on this adventure that is making transit videos that try to tell a story. I hope you guys stick around for what's to come. There's plenty more out there to explore, and I'm very much looking forward to sharing some really cool stuff with you this summer. Also, huge shout out to all of you who crowdfunded this particular video. It's a pretty nutty premise, but enough of you believed in me that I was able to raise the production budget for this in just 6 hours. So cool of you guys. Stay classy. Anyways, back to the story. And here we are in Grand Central Madison. So first impressions of Grand Central Madison, I love it. But if you're expecting a hot take on the design of this station, I hate to disappoint you, but there isn't really anything else to say. The greatest transit sages of our day have already extolled this station. After all, this is the very model of an urban railroad terminal. I'm very glad that New York State had the financial wherewithal to build a massive cavern underneath the big metropolis and run a lot of LIRR electric trains for us. Upstairs inside the terminal, commuters scurry back and forth, arriving and departing on the trains all run by Metro North. But if they want to head on to Long Island, they are going to find to get to Moynihan requires 2 distinctive subway lines. To get to Moynihan requires 2 distinctive subway lines. To get to Moynihan requires 2 distinctive subway lines, or maybe ride a bus or take a cab. You would be fine. It might take a long time though. So people on Long Island have a shorter way to get uptown, and so the folks upstate can have a quicker link to get around, and short to make the transportation routes a bit more optimal. This is the very model of an urban railroad terminal. The Vietnamese restaurant I'm going to get a banh mi closes in 45 minutes. So hopefully I'll be able to reach that by the 6th train. Before that happens, I already placed my order, so all I need to do is walk in and pick it up. Let's see how it goes. And here it is, we're well ahead of schedule, thanks to the subway. Well, that was a good banh mi. I would rate that however many Long Island Railroad cars I rode on today. And now, back on the 6th train, to the Grand Central Times Square shuttle, to the 7 train, to the Megabus, to the Service Plaza, to State College, to Pittsburgh, to the 82, to my bed.